This is Jonathan over with a screencast on how to create tables for the Make Lemonade website. So I have our document up here, Word document, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and click in so that that field highlights and go all the way down to here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy. And now, since I'm on a Mac, I'm going to use numbers, but this will work as well in Excel. Actually, let me see if I have Excel. I do not. Okay, so let me open up numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new document. And in my document selector, I'm just going to choose blank. Okay. Now, what I can do is, if I look back on my Pages document, which is over here, I see that this is a 2-column and then 10 rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select those 2-column, 10 rows, and paste. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my other columns and rows that aren't needed. And for this example, I don't need to stretch these out because I don't need to see everything there. But what I want to do is just copy this name here. And I'm going to go ahead and save this file as a CSV. So I'm going to export as a CSV, hit next, next, and that's going to go ahead and save that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into our site, which is here. And in the admin, I'm going to go to all tables, which will be this list in what I call TablePress. TablePress is a plugin that allows me to upload CSV files and create tables in WordPress because tables aren't native to WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and do import. And I'm going to choose file. I'm going to choose that last one, then undergraduate school. Okay. Now, it should automatically select CSV, but if it doesn't, you can select CSV from the drop-down. And since this is the first time that we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and import. Now, what WordPress is doing is basically converting that CSV file to a TablePress table. Okay? So that way we can embed it in our content. So you'll see here, put all of our contents in these little rows and columns. Okay? So once you're done with that, what you need to do is scroll down here and make some decisions. If that top row is something that is a header row, in this case it's not, we're going to uncheck that. And then we also want to uncheck these. We don't want those things to happen. And then this automatically gets grayed out. Okay? So if your top row is a header row, for instance, if it's an important piece of text that describes those columns, and you want to have that at the top of the row, you would do that there. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit save. And once that's saved, you'll see there's this little table ID. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Now I have this page already pulled up, the undergraduate's loan review, which is the same page, over here, undergraduate's loan review. So we know in the content it's after this little bit of text is where we want our table to be placed. So I'm going to scroll down and going to edit that text block, and I'm just going to hit return and paste in that little table ID. Let's go ahead and hit save, update. And once that file is saved, I'm going to look at that page, and I'm going to show you exactly what gets made in TablePress that we're adding using that little shortcode. So that's going to go load, and view post. And once that views the post, we can see that our table is there. Okay. So that's how WordPress makes tables. If you have any questions, let me know.